Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Die by the Sword podcast. Before we get in the episode, I wanted to give a shout out to Midnight Syndicate. You can check out their music over at midnightsyndicate.com. Also, we'd like to thank Sword Coast Soundscapes for the wonderful ambient sounds you hear throughout our podcast. You can check them out at www.youtube.com/swordcoastsoundscapes. Check out our website at diebytheswordpodcast.com. You can get connected with the community by checking us out on the Facebooks, the Twitters, the Instagrams, all of them. Contact us at diebytheswordpodcast@gmail.com, and don't forget to leave a review on whatever you listen to us on. Now, join me with this week's episode.
Okay, so I got a message from a fan. Technically, this fan knew me, so he knew how to contact me, which was really cool. But he did have a question. I've been listening to the podcast, and one of the things that he asked me about was, what is that making the dice roll noise? And I had to send him a picture of my dice tower, which is kind of medieval. It's, pretty tall, and it, looks like a castle. So that is what makes that noise.
How tall is it?
It's about 7, maybe 8 inches tall.
Oh, respectable.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, no, it's very, very distinctive. We all know when John rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
Hear it from a mile away. That combined with metal dice.
Yes, it's wood and metal dice, and that's what you're hearing is metal clashing on wood.
And no, his dice tower is not have an independent mic. It just is that loud.
Yeah, it's actually as far away from the mic as I can reach.
Oh. Metal dice with that tower. I'm like, that's assault, man.
It's so angry. So angry sounding.
Assault with a deadly dice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I've got the same dice tower that I've been criticized from using from the old crew because it rolls poorly, but I like it. I made it from an iPhone box and then wrapped it up with a torn up leather jacket. So it looks kind of fancy, but still homemade.
Oh, cool. Leather and dice. I like that.
It's like kind of dangerous, but cutting edge.
Yes. as dangerous as an iPhone box can be.
But that's where the leather comes in.
Right. It hides it.
Yeah.
Hides its nerdiness.
Yes.
I think it has its own motorcycle in the back.
That it bought in a midlife crisis.
Where's my motorcycle?
See, I've never bought a real dice tower. That I used to have one that I used also as a GM screen because it had pieces that attached to it, but it was all cardboard and it looked like castle walls. Mm-hmm. But I tried to use it recently and my dice got stuck in it. So I think over the years it's just gotten warped.
So you said that it looked like castle walls, and John's is medieval.
Mm-hmm.
Do they make dice towers that are like Art Deco or industrial, modern? Are they all just medieval?
If they don't, we need to cut this out of the podcast because this is going to be a great idea for us.
Yeah, I would die for an Art Deco dice tower, to be honest with you.
A Frank Lloyd Wright kind of inspired. That's not Art Deco, but you know what I mean? Architectural.
I'd be curious how that would roll, though.
I would want an MC Escher one so that I can put
Never
it.
Get your dice back.
On the top. Yep, and then it just shoots up into the sky somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Just keeps rolling forever.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I've seen some that are just very plain and sleek. So those I guess are the more modern styles. And I've seen others that are circular, so your die rolls in a circle as opposed to bouncing.
A circular die? You mean like those coin things at like museums?
Kind of. I love those.
I was gonna say I was thinking of the one with just the little bouncy ball came down with the little circle.
Dice towers are neat.
Yep,
they are. But as I believe I've mentioned before, I don't use a dice tower. I just have a wooden dice tray which is what used to make the really loud, dice rolling sounds that Richard would cut in when he would edit.
So, are you now jealous that you have the second loudest?
That's what it sounds.
Maybe.
Like, yeah.
I might have to.
Dice
might
tower
have to-
envy.
Exactly.
Wait, so how tall is your dice tower, Gary?
Well, he's using his dice tray, and do you know what the definition of chode is?
He just starts throwing his dice like really aggressively against the wall, so it makes a really loud sound.
But I'm just envious of John's 7 or 8 inches.
Dice tower.
Yeah, but you got like a 6-inch diameter, so you're cool.
Yeah.
I've got the girth.
You are all disgusting. Disgusting, and you need Jesus.
Oh, do we?
I was going to say we should have everybody send us pictures of their dice towers, but now I think the message might get mixed.
Yeah. We're not using that as a euphemism.
I want a T-shirt now. So how big is your dice tower?
Oh, my goodness. Maybe next June we'll have that one.
Or just do you prefer length or girth and have a dice tower and a dice tray side by side?
Yes.
That works.
So anyway.
Where were we last week? It was still the 3rd of Desnus.
You were getting us in trouble with your mouth.
That's right.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, we were in the woods. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you're confronted by a werewolf, and you decided to run your mouth and piss off the werewolf.
And he brought his friend.
Like all 100 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not gonna work well.
They don't have they don't have true sight, do they?
I don't know. Maybe there's a were dragon in the bunch somewhere too.
Can I change characters?
You're about to, because we're all going to die.
Hell.
So yeah, I do believe last week we ended with the wolf howling, and one after the other, more and more howls began to surround you until the sounds of 100 wolves were all around you.
You said 100 wolves.
100 wolves.
I'm going to need a lot of silver.
I'm going to need a lot of invisibility.
Yeah.
Because I'm out.
Let me know how it works out, guys.
I love you guys. Bye.
Yeah, so we might as well jump into this. What do you do?
I don't know what to do. Yeah. I apologize,
this is
guys.
your fault. What do you
Yeah.
do? Yeah.
Do you really want me to continue with the decisions that I've been making? I mean, I've got shut up. I pissed off the innkeeper, and now I pissed off the leader of the wolf pack.
Good
I
point.
think we need teleportation right now.
So Xo'bere is going to turn to Durston and ask him. He's going to tell him. He's like, "You did not say you brought us onto sovereign territory."
I didn't know. I don't know about you, but I think we need to get the hell out of here.
Yes.
I would agree.
Kabal is slowly backing away from this guy.
Don't step on a twig.
Right. He's like, did you roll a dice, bro?
Let's see. No, he's good. I was going to see if Duristan, as he was backing away, also stepped on something or fell into the fire pit.
So, I mean, guys, what are we going to do? I mean, you asked Duristan a question, but are we in the middle of what's going to be a war right now?
He was talking last week that dealings with the Silver Hide Pack do not sit well with the other tribes of the Wood. And he called that anyone who supports the Silver Hide as a betrayer.
So these are the Volan sags.
That would be what you would surmise.
Yes, we assume. So,
What a terrible name.
nope, just kidding, Paizo. It's great. Sponsor us.
Excellent.
So, yeah, what do you do? I mean, I can start talking. Do you really want that?
Probably not.
I'm a cat. I really don't think I should talk to him.
Xo'bere's going to, look at the. He hasn't been named yet to us yet. He hasn't given us his name, right?
Correct.
Okay. So Xo'bere's going to put his hands out to his sides, not like I'm not holding a weapon or anything like that, and he's going to say, "We did not mean to intrude on your sovereign territory. We were simply out with this gentleman, this noble here. He told us he could provide a place for us to stay if we helped him.
Then leave.
We would be more than happy to hold on. we would be more than happy to get out of here."
I have a question. This is from last week. What did I say? I don't remember. Does anybody remember?
You're talking about his mama.
Yeah.
And
You were like, I'm going to beat you and then beat your mama. And he was like, I don't think so.
Yeah. It got real ugly. Yeah. You got real drunk at the end of the episode. It was awful.
Got real personal, and he was offended.
You talked about his mom's 6 teats, and I was appalled. But honestly, I don't remember exactly what you said.
So yeah, ultimately y'all have the choice to run away or fight.
I'm
Bye.
running. Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, Xo'bere knows when he's outnumbered, and
Yeah.
he doesn't like the situation. He's ready to back down.
Diego is not into this all cats and dogs thing.
Then he's gonna hate the Shudderwood. All right, so you turn tail and head on back to the lodge.
100%.
Oh,
yeah.
don't put it like that.
No. Carry the one's gonna fly off, but on the way out, saying, "I don't want to wait for our lives to be over."
Diego
I don't know why I had that song stuck in my head.
Yeah, Diego will swish his tail as he's leaving.
Ooh, he's whiptailing at him.
Mm-hmm. All right, so you can you make your way out of this clearing in the Shudderwood without the wolves following you. As mentioned before, there were about 6 of Duriston's hirelings with you.
Well,
And
not anymore.
now there's only 2. So there were some lives lost.
So what's the HR paperwork for that?
He's never dealt with HR in his life, so he doesn't know.
He has people for that.
Exactly. But so you're heading back to the lodge?
Yeah. Heading on home.
Very good. All right, you make your way back to the lodge, this time with Duriston, who has sponsored you to stay here, basically free of charge now. And you make your way inside the gate, so you're finally on the grounds of Ascanor Lodge. Bellic, who is the little halfling that you saw before, that was kind of rude to you. He greets you at the gate once again with this grin that's very apologetic looking, and he's holding a silver tray in front of him with these hand-carved wooden mugs, and the mugs have something that's hot and steaming.
He's serving his poop.
Yes, exactly. No, he beckons you over. He says, "Please accept my most sincere apologies for my inappropriate behavior earlier. I was not informed of your coming and acted hastily on behalf of the lodge warden. I can assure you that you will suffer no further ill treatment during your stay here at Ascanor Lodge. Would you like some coffee?"
Absolutely. That would be lovely.
Excellent.
I have also learned that I acted like an ass, and I apologize. I don't usually get that way. Usually somebody stops me before I get like that.
Perhaps it was just the full moon.
Perhaps.
Anyway, if it is currently convenient for you, my master does request your company at this time for a brief introduction and to offer his apologies as well.
Lead the way.
Very good. So he leads you inside the lodge, in through the great hall, and up the stairs to the south. He stops at a door with a placard out front that says Reference Library, and he knocks on the door 3 times. The door opens and reveals this circular room with book-lined walls and kind of simple-looking gentleman with a long face, these kind of sunken eyes, dirty glasses. He's probably in his late 60s. He kind of has this like permanent squint the whole time.
But I want to retroactively say something to Dwarfy, whisper in his ear.
Okay.
On the coffee, can you detect poison? I really, really, really made him mad earlier.
I guess. I did I prepare that today?
He sure did. I checked before I asked.
Well then, okay. It's no poison.
Oh, good. He didn't poop in it, did he? Oh, wait. I think Xo'bere already asked that.
Yeah, Bellic goes into the room, talks to this gentleman for a second, and then he bows to him and comes back to you and ushers you into the room and says, "Esteemed guests, may I present Estovian Lazarov, Lodge Warden of Ascanor." After Bellic introduces Estovian thanks the porter and dismisses him. And then he waits for Bellic's footsteps to kind of fade off down the hall before he starts speaking. And he turns to you guys and says, "Please, do not hold the actions of my porter against him. The error in your improper greeting was entirely mine. I neglected to inform my staff of the open invitations that I gave to the order." And he pauses there and does that over enunciated wink to you guys. And they did not recognize the reservations. Rest assured, however, that all of the lodge's facilities are at your disposal, including our libraries. While the general library is down the hall, this one, he says, and he's gesturing at the shelves that are filled with books. This one is more likely suited to your research.
And we're in the library?
Which is just the research library.
So Renly is in heaven. He loves books. He loves writing. He wants to do a perception check on the room to see if he sees anything that stands out. Can you do that?
Okay. Yeah.
13.
Just as a quick glance as you look around the room, you see, you see shelves of books lining the walls, hundreds of reference books on topics like botany, demonology, geology, history, religion. There are cubicles here to add, space for reading. There's a fireplace in the eastern wall that heats the room. And there's an ascending flight of stairs that curves around the southern wall that leads to a door in the ceiling.
A door in the ceiling?
Mm-hmm.
Like a sunroom? Sunlight, what are those called? Skylight.
Skylight?
Kind of, it kind of looks like a trap door kind of thing in the ceiling.
Trap door in the ceiling.
Diego's curiosity is definitely piqued.
So you would assume that there's another room up there.
Like an attic. Is like an attic drop staircase?
Kind of, except this stairwell kind of spirals along the side of the wall.
Okay.
So it's a very prominent staircase, but it goes up to this trap door.
Kabal is in the religion section, looking at some books about Pharasma.
Okay. There are all sorts of books to look up Pharasma. Essentially, in this room, you guys can, whether you have ranks in a knowledge skill or not, you can still roll for it because there is enough reference in this room that you can still roll untrained.
But what if you have knowledges? Because I've got all the knowledges.
Humble brag.
Well, it's my class.
If you have ranks in a knowledge skill, you get a +4 bonus.
Ooh, sweet. And that's because all these books?
Correct.
But we're not actively like looking up something, right?
No, because you're still in the middle of the conversation with him.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So yes, lots of books all around. He's given you permission to use this library, and says that this will be the library you'd want to use for your type of investigation.
What do you mean, you people? I don't like that tone. So, we're here to investigate the Whispering Way, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
And the only leads we have are the ones that I have. We're looking for a Kraken, and right, because that's still missing.
The Sea Sage effigy.
Yeah. Is that all that we're just tracking them, right? We don't have any other direction?
Yeah, you're here on behest of the Esoteric Order of the Palatine Eye,
right?
To track down the Whispering Way and basically stop their plans, whatever they are.
So Renly wants to just flat out ask him.
Yeah, I was about to say we should just ask him.
So what do you know of the Whispering Way?
That I don't know much. I know they are a death cult, and I know that the order is against them. So I would say that there's probably information in this room that would help you.
Oh, right here under W. I got it.
It's a big old room. So any leads that he could give would be fantastic.
He doesn't really give you anything. He just
Renly is going to roll a quick sense motive on him.
Good choice.
15.
15. Yeah, you can't really tell. You know he's not telling you everything, but you don't know if that's because he doesn't know it or if he's hiding something.
Right.
He does say eventually that I'm so sorry, but I must leave you for I have a pressing engagement. But I would suggest looking through the collection of old travelers' journals. They may have more of the information you are looking for.
So I'm gonna sense motive on this guy, just trying to get a feel for what he's up to. So I rolled a natural 20. So that's a 29.
29. You can tell he's definitely hiding information from you.
Okay. But in like a bad way or just like I shouldn't talk about it because like I could get killed, or like I'm trying to hide it from you because I don't want you to know?
He's being kind of evasive in the way he answers you. So again, you're not sure if he's trying to cover his own tracks or he's afraid of giving all the information.
Okay. So I mean, it seems like he's trying to help us find the right information. So it doesn't seem like he's trying to be like deceivious.
So since you know that he's not saying the truth, are you going to wait till he's out of the room or confront him about it?
I think we should wait and let him come back, and then let him come back, and then we can all talk about our game plan to try to get to nail him down.
Okay.
Yeah. So before he leaves the room, he does say that Bellic will be waiting just outside the door and just down the hall a little bit to show you to your rooms, and that feel free to ask Bellic for anything that you might need. And he will make his way up that spiral staircase up to that trap door in the ceiling.
So he lives on the roof.
Oh, he said he had an engagement.
On the roof?
Is there a party in the penthouse? What's going on?
We need to find out where this party's at.
Right.
Should I follow him?
We let him go, and we start looking up Whispering Way facts.
So as you start looking through this reference library, feel free to make those knowledge checks.
Which ones do we need to make?
Well, what are you looking for?
The Whispering Way.
That would be knowledge arcana.
Knowledge arcana.
Xo'bere wants to look into, see if he has anything on the Volensag tribe.
Really got a 12 on knowledge arcana. Oh, plus 4. So, 16.
Okay. And then if you want to find out knowledge about the werewolves, that would be knowledge local.
Dwarfy got 16. So he got the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And Xo'bere got a 21.
So while looking around doing your research, you find information on the Whispering Way. You do know that it's an ancient organization of necromancers with ties to Tar-Baphon, or the Whispering Tyrant. What was the highest roll on the Whispering Way?
16 for me. Did you guys roll on that, Diego or Kabal?
I can.
For Arcana, I got 17.
Wait, 17 total or 17 is your modifier?
No, 17 total.
Oh, I was hoping it was your modifier. That's a bad modifier.
I got an 11, so
11.
Not much better.
While you do, find information about them, it's nothing that you don't already know. Between the books that you're reading and Renly's, firsthand knowledge of what they've done, and the amulet that he has from the Whispering Way as well.
So, can I roll a knowledge on the octopus? Or is that considered all the same?
The Sea Sage Effigy?
Yeah.
Okay. That one would be Arcana as well.
Same roll, or do I get to do another one?
You can do a different one because you're looking up something different.
All right. Renly got a natural 20.
What's the total?
28.
So you find lots of references to the effigy, the fact that it's a murky green statuette depicting a grotesque creature writhing with tentacles, but it seems like nobody knows what this thing does. Statue of Cthulhu, but nobody knows what it does. And then Xo'bere was looking up information about the Volensag tribe.
Yeah.
And what was your total?
22.
All right. So looking up the Volensag tribe, you do see that the Volensags are also referred to as the Primals. They are the smallest of the tribes in the Shudderwood. They also look the most alike from wolf to wolf. Yeah. Because they all descended from the ancient Kellid tribes who inhabited these lands before they were driven out by the Varisians. Currently, there are only about 30 Volensag in the wood. They travel in small migratory hunting packs.
But you said there was 100 wolves.
Say, were they using a PA system to magnify their voices?
Just they could have been working with other tribes.
Oh, maybe that's to come in the information.
The most interesting thing about the Volensag tribe is their ability to transform into dire wolves. Until recently, the Volensag tribe leader was Kavlaka Sane, and Kavlaka was the pack lord over all of the wolves in the Shudderwood. But she was recently assassinated at the hands of Mathis Mordrenacht.
Like how recently?
Like within the last month.
And is Mathis a fellow Volensag, or is this what started the feud?
This is what started the feud.
They called him the betrayer, right? When
They
we
did.
talked to him?
Mathis what?
Mordrenacht.
That's a name.
Mm-hmm. And while you're looking through this stuff on the Volensag tribe, you see cross references to other tribes and other books to look into. And in doing so, you find information on the 5 tribes in the Shudderwood and all of their leaders. Looking at the Silverhides, they are also known as the Mordrenacht tribe. The Silverhides are known for their gray-white fur. They are more aggressive, but they have more composure and subtlety than the other tribes do. They rarely form standard packs and live much of their lives as individuals. They are the most common in blending in with normal human society.
So Renly is reading, up on all of this, and he's getting the information from Xo'bere, but it's hearkening back to what he just went through with Horus, and that this is what people think, but is this what happened?
Looking more at the Silverhides, you find that they were descended from those afflicted with lycanthropy by the ancient high priest of Desna. The Mordrenacht have long gathered at a place known as the Stairs of the Moon to pay homage to the spirit of their ancestor, known as the Vilcasus. And then looking at it, it looks like the other tribes are the Dorjanevs, also known as the Broken Ones. They have a matriarchal society, and their current tribe leader is a druid named Sabrissa Dorjanev.
So is she a werewolf or just a druid?
She's a werewolf.
She's a were-druid.
Another tribe is known as the Giseldans. They are also known as the Demon Wolves.
That sounds hot.
They're the smallest and most recently formed pack.
Like the tiniest?
Mm-hmm.
So like
In
knee-high?
stature.
I'll take out your ankles.
Their leaders are Duke and Dixie, and...
They are all worshippers of the demon lord Giselda, who is the mistress of the hungry moon. And their current tribe leader is an anti-paladin named Adamaris Ianaku.
Whenever you say anti-paladin, it just makes me think of Charmed, and they're the Dark Lighters.
Kind of what they are. The last set of werewolves in the Shudderwood are known as the Prince's Wolves.
Prince's Wolves.
Mm-hmm. These werewolves have ties to the Zarni crime family. And they were created as part of Prince Andreatus Verholt's efforts to rid his lands of the agents of the Whispering Tyrant centuries ago.
Is there a connection between the Whispering Tyrants and the Whispering Way?
The Whispering Way is the cult that worships the Whispering Tyrant.
Oh, that makes it interesting.
Yeah. And the Prince's Wolves are currently led by a roguish scoundrel named Rakis Jadro. They had fun
My
with these
kind of
names.
Okay. Just as an aside, before we leave here, Diego is going to look to find out what information do these people know about catfolk,
Okay.
just to see what they know. Would that be history?
I believe that would be local.
And that is a 27.
27?
Yes.
Most of the information on them is that catfolk are basically a race of explorers and nomads. They know that they're very nimble and capable, usually very active. They also are aware that sometimes the catfolk's curiosity can get the best of them.
Oops, I'm in trouble. Okay. I know too much. I'm in trouble.
So, does anybody else look up anything?
No, so as Xo'bere's tucking the book away, he just slides a gold piece into the middle of the book that he was reading and for the werewolves and just slides it back into its little spot.
Huh. Why do you suppose he did that?
While y'all are looking around the room, give me another perception check.
Ooh.
14.
27.
Diego also got a 14.
Yeah, Renly got a 27, and Dorothy didn't do that well.
27.
And Kabal got a 19.
So as Renly is looking around. He finds a traveler's journal, and it looks like this journal is by an unnamed worshiper of Desna. They've recorded several entries describing his pilgrimage to an ancient abandoned temple of Desna and an observatory in the Shudderwood known as the Stairs of the Moon. It includes a description of the temple, but the details of its exact location are very vague. But one thing you do notice is that these pages are bookmarked with a folded piece of paper scribbled with a faded note that reads, "See Halo of Dreams on page 322, filed under Religion, upstairs."
Is there a second level to this library, or is it like the secret room upstairs?
I think it's the room upstairs.
Yeah, it says a secret room, huh?
Yeah, that's the only upstairs that you know of, because you're already on the second floor, as it is with these and this library.
I thought it was going to go turn to page 28 and there's pictures of boobs.
Choose your own adventure.
Mm-hmm.
That explains my high school experience.
Choosing your own adventure or seeing boobs in books?
Boobs and books. So should we wander upstairs?
Oof, that's a rough one because we know that there's a meeting going on up there.
Well, I think I know somebody who might be able to check it out.
Is it you?
It might be.
Also remember that, he did say that Bellic was waiting outside to take you to your rooms.
Let him wait.
Just 5 more minutes.
Just another moment. So what do we want to do? Do we want to try to sneak up there, or let me sneak up there and see if anybody's there?
Diego is all for this.
Sure. I mean, you might as well see what's going on.
So while he's doing that, are we going to distract the dude, Bellatrix?
Bellatrix?
Lestrange? Is that his name?
Yeah. Somebody asked to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Well, Bellic is waiting outside, but he's not in the room with you.
So we can at least go to the door and put a glass against it.
All right, so I'll go up the stairs and quietly, try to see if I can quietly open it. And that is 34.
On stealth?
Yep.
Okay, so you quietly make your way up those stairs on the side, and you get to the little doorway. But it is locked.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to take out my little toolkit here. And 22.
See? All right, you're able to open the lock.
All right. So then I'll try to quietly open the door. So I'll roll for stealth again. 37.
37.
Stealthiest door open I've ever seen.
He brought some WD-40.
Dude,
Sprayed those hinges
so
down.
hard. Those hinges are so greased right now.
No, literally, he took the door off the hinges and no one noticed.
Okay, so he doesn't hear the door open.
So I see.
So you open the door into this room, which is what appears to be Estovian's office and another private library. It's got more shelves of very valuable, older-looking texts. You do see him sitting at his desk, kind of scribbling furiously, but he hasn't noticed that you are watching him.
So he's not meeting, he's writing?
Yeah, he's writing.
So I'm going to kind of mime that to them. I'm going to just point up and be mouth he's there. And kind of give a shrug of what do I do?
I don't know what you do.
So is the place surrounded by books? There's no way I can see automatically oh, there's that book there that we're looking for.
Yeah, no, there are way too many books to
Yeah.
see.
Does he at least see the religion section?
No.
Does he not know the Dewey Decimal System?
Does not have it memorized.
So he's going to get... Okay. Sorry.
So
Anybody see UHF?
Yes.
When Conan the librarian says, "You do not know the Dewey Decimal System," and he just slices that dude in half.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna silently try to stealthily close the door again because I clearly don't know exactly. I don't I don't want to go in there and kill this guy or anything, so I'm going to stealthily close the door. Do I need to make another roll?
Yes.
38. And so I'm going to come back down and
Okay.
He's not in a meeting. He seems to be working on something. He's frantically writing. There's no way out of that. There was no way out of that room, right?
No, there's no way out.
There's no way out of that room, in or out. This is the only entrance or exit. I didn't want to cause a confrontation with him since we just got here. What do you guys think?
Should we go confront him or what?
I don't know. I am going to err on the side of bedtime because I think it's too soon to start confronting everybody.
Yeah, you might be right. We just got into town. What about a distraction? If you guys could distract him, and Kabal has invisibility, right? If he could cast it either on him or me. Actually, it might be better on him because he could go up and look, and he'd know better what he's looking for.
I will say this just to help you guys out. You don't have to find all the information in one day.
That's what I said.
Okay. All right. So then maybe we should get a good night's sleep.
That's what I said.
That's what.
Xo'bere, I love your idea of getting a good night's rest. I think we should do that.
Totally.
Do you ever feel unheard? So yeah, I think we're done in the library. It's been a long day. We almost died by werewolf. I think we deserve some sleep.
Okay, very good. So do you go out to meet Bellic?
Yes, we do.
Very good. Okay, so so Bellic will see you coming toward him at the end of the hall. It's like, well, that certainly took long enough. Shall I show you to your rooms?
Please, yes. No, we've had a long day. We need some rest.
Understandable.
Absolutely.
Understandable. Now, I do hope you will forgive us, but there are 5 of you, and we only have 2 rooms available. So, 2 of you will be in one room, and 3 of you will be in another.
This just got romantic.
Dwarfy and Kabal.
No.
All right, so
This is where they get it on.
yeah, no, this is yes. It definitely Xo'bere, Renly, and Diego in one room.
Okay, we're gonna come out of here with one less party member. So,
Dun, 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 dun.
please let it only be one bed too. Please let it be only one bed.
Oh, look, one bed.
So, this is the library that you were in on the actual second floor.
There you are. Okay, I see it.
So that was the research library.
Correct.
Bellic was waiting for you down here by the stairs. So he will lead you to your 2 rooms, one of which is this room here, and the other is this big room here. So
Dibs on the big room.
There's not a toilet in either of them.
Well, I have some bad news about medieval stuff.
Oh, I got to throw it out the window again.
It's under your bed.
Kitty litter?
So he leads you to the guest rooms, and it appears that there is only 7 guest rooms total, but the others have been filled. So he leads you to the second room on the eastern side of the building, where a couple of you can stay, and then up toward the northern side of the building, there's another room for you. So who's staying in what room?
I got dibs on top bunk. Xo'bere will just, he's not real particular. He'll just climb into the one on the eastern side.
Yeah, Renly will do the same.
I guess that leaves Diego, Kabal, and Dwarfy will go to the other room.
And there's only 2 beds.
Yes, there will be cat fighting for sure.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, claws.
So who has the southernmost room?
Xo'bere and Renly.
As you make your way into your room, you see Duristan making his way around the other corner, going into the room right beside you. So he's your neighbor.
Good evening, Duristan.
Good evening, friends. I see you're staying here beside me.
Yes, we are. What do you think about what happened this evening?
That was the most insane and most exciting thing I think I've ever experienced.
Is that the most werewolves you've ever seen in a room or in a field?
Well, I've seen one before.
So yes, then yes.
Yes.
Let me ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
Where did Delgros go?
Oh, he probably went back to his quarters that are on the grounds.
I see. So, do you know where that is?
Yes. I've been to his cabin a few times.
Oh, he doesn't stay in the main house.
No. Yeah. This is only for guests and for the warden.
Right. Okay, well, it was very nice to meet you, and thank you very much for your hospitality. But I think I'm going to turn in.
I understand. Have you guys thought any more about that the werewolf ward that I've got? The scar?
Yes.
We didn't look it up in the library, did we?
No.
To be quite frank with you, I forgot. It's just there's so much happened tonight. Xo'bere, do you have any information?
No, please tell us about this again.
And he moves his collar again and shows the scar that is on his shoulder. It's like, I got this from a witch that made it. It essentially makes you immune to the curse of lycanthropy.
Right. Yes. The gift, and he totally full on does the air quotes from a witch. Yes,
exactly. Now I've seen this witch here in the watchtower, so she is here. I could definitely get her and get you guys this ward if you would like.
No, I'm good. I don't need any more gifts from witches.
You've never had this gift tested, though, correct?
No, I have never been bitten.
Well, I've got a rock that keeps tigers away.
Really? I'd be interested in that. Now, if you do change your mind, just let me know. I know you said that you will be turning in for the night, but if you would like me to give you the grand tour of the lodge and introduce you to some of the other guests of the lodge, I'd be happy to do so.
Oh, that would be wonderful, but that seems like an activity for tomorrow. You said the witch is here in the lodge? She's a guest?
She's in the watchtower. There is, how should I say, a brothel in the watchtower.
Oh.
Wait. Yeah.
Is it a hooker witch?
She might be. I mean, she got to make her money somehow.
I would assume that it would be selling totally real charms to noblemen. But,
she sells her charms.
She's a hooker witch.
Well, we may have to be introduced some other time, then.
Understood. And I can, if you're interested in the brothel, I can introduce you to Madame Evanja. She's the one that, she runs the brothel.
Thank you for that.
Anytime. So yes, if you do need me, I will be right next door. Oh, and I know we got surrounded by a lot of wolves this evening, but if you guys want to go on another werewolf hunt, just let me know, and I will gladly go at any time.
I think more preparation would be in order for another werewolf hunt.
Yes, the last one did not go as well as any of us had expected.
Well, you seem to be the experts on adventuring, so I will follow your lead on that. But I am the expert on werewolves.
Your expertise is always welcome. Again, thank you for your hospitality. Good night.
Good night.
So,
Suga, do you trust this witch theory?
In my dealings with witches and patrons and all of that, it's never a good thing to get a gift from a witch, but it's a worse thing to get a gift from a whore.
So this hooker witch is going to be a pain.
She gave you the eye of newt. That's what they call gonorrhea.
Yeah.
You can keep your newt. I don't want his eye.
So yeah, no, I mean, I'm skeptical that this is a real witch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Xo'bere doesn't have much experience with witches, so he's very interested in having this this protection from lycanthropy, but he also is wary. I mean, just by nature, and your wariness is kind of making it doubly so.
Well, his wariness is coming from this deal that he made with a patron. You know, he's got a level of witch, so he knows that their patrons are not the best people. So, and he's been deceived by his own patron, so he's very wary of witches and their promises
And their eye of newt.
Yes, but yeah, no, this it also feels like a huckster. You know.
Right, yeah. Let me just scar you up a little bit and hey, don't test this out. And if you do, I won't hear from you again either. So
Yeah, exactly. Renly is also drained from the day. He's got a whole bunch of things going through his head. This is the first time since he grew up as a prince, and this is actually the very first time that he feels like he's leading something, because he has the most information. And he does not like it. He's gotten the group in trouble multiple times while leading. So that just he's got the drawback of doubt. So that just amplifies his doubt. He also doesn't have that voice of reason anymore that tells him to shut up. And by that I mean Zenobia.
It's fair.
He doesn't have that in check, and it's kind of messing with his confidence.
How's everybody else feeling?
Xo'bere's kind of distrustful by nature, and this whole situation's kind of throwing him for a little bit of a loop because he's not used to working with other people either. The one thing that keeps him kind of comfortable is everybody here is kind of similar to him as being an outsider.
Diego finds this adventure interesting and fun, so he's all for continuing.
Kabal runs into the room and goes, Dwarfy just said he wanted to see some titties at the brothel.
Well, I think we know the place.
Hooker witch.
Y'all don't know about the brothel. He just told us.
Yeah, but we heard it from the hooker that was walking around, apparently. Trying to drum up business.
And Dwarfy is
Dwarfy is wilding out with 0-1s right now. So
Make it hail, make it hail, make it hail.
Are we ready to begin the next day?
Let me double check one more thing real quick. All right. So you guys get some rest. You sleep through the night uneventfully. Make your way downstairs the next morning where the smell of delicious breakfast is being prepared in the dining room, which is the southwesternmost room in the building. So you make your way in there and make your way to the table, and Duristan excitedly sees you. Well, hello, my friends. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Duristan. How are you?
Doing quite well. How about yourselves?
Slept very well, thank you. So we've never been here. I think that tour, we might take you up on that after breakfast.
Oh, yes, of course. Well, I'll start the tour now. This is a dining room.
Yes, well, I've eaten before, so I'm familiar.
Okay, good. I never know. So yes, this is the dining room, and we'll have a breakfast here, and then we can start the tour after that.
Does Diego put his food in one of those little things where it's like he has to chase it around with his paw so he doesn't eat it all too fast?
A little Kong.
Maybe.
Are we on the first floor or the second floor?
You're on the first floor. So you find the dining room. It's a large dining room that can seat up to 24 guests, but most of the days it's set up for about 12. It's got tall picture windows set into a curved southeast wall that provides plenty of light and a view of the herb garden outside the cottage.
What's for breakfast?
Typical breakfast foods like eggs and bacon and
It's a hotel, so are they those powdered eggs?
No, these are nice because it's a nice place. It's high end.
Oh, free range.
Yes. Probably got some like avocado toast or something too.
So over breakfast, who are we eating with?
There are several other guests here. You have sitting across from you, you see a probably nearly 6 foot tall man with a slender build, long features, and a sharp nose, wearing his hair cropped short. He's got a carefully trimmed goatee and a waxed.
When you say cropped short, do you mean like Prince Valium, He-Man, that male Bob, or do you mean
Probably more like chili bowl style.
I like the He-Man Bob thing. Let's go back to that.
He's fixing to ask for the manager or like
like full on Dorothy Hamill?
Probably
like
would.
like
He said Dorothy Hamill.
what's that movie with Javier Bardem and he had the air gun thing?
Oh, No Country for Old Men.
No Country for Old Men. That's what I'm picturing.
He seems very grim and kind of sullen. He's not really eating much, but he is kind of like the physical embodiment of aristocracy. And he's got a scar across his left eyebrow. Looks like he's been in a fight or two.
I'm going to lean over to Duristan and ask, do you think he got the same ward that you got? Looking like him in his eye, in his scarred eye.
And Duristan will just say loudly, "Oh, who? Graydon there? Oh, no. Yeah, he's a military man.
Graydon.
Silas Graydon.
He's a military man."
Duristan mentions that he's a retired military commander who used to serve in Barstoy. He's infamous for his ruthless brutality and his martial strategies. And he's pretty much loathed by the citizens of Ardeal and Barstoy.
Ardeal?
Ardeal. Mm-hmm.
But he served in Barstoy. They still hate him?
Well, there was a civil war between Ardeal and Barstoy. And after the war, he was renounced as a tyrant.
So we got a real Dick Cheney kind of guy.
So I take it Arsteal won the war.
Doesn't really say who won. It just says that this is all stuff that Duristan is telling you, that he sought amnesty after the war and Lozeri and became a strong voice in politics.
Did we get his rank? Was he general, admiral?
He was a Margrave.
Margrave? I don't even know what that is.
He was the Margrave of Sternidae. After he was basically run out of his home country, he was convicted of treason and his title was revoked, but he still goes by the title whenever he introduces himself.
Margrave Graydon?
Margrave Silas Graydon.
Does anybody know what a Margrave is?
Nope, totally lost.
I've never heard of it.
Me neither.
Totally having to look that one up. Hold on. It's a hereditary title of princes of the Holy Roman Empire.
So he's a prince.
So I imagine
So he was a prince general kind of thing?
Yes.
like a religious order kind of thing.
Oh, you mean like on Doctor Who where they have the religion is the military?
But as y'all are sitting there talking about him, he kind of just quietly goes back to his food, kind of just picking at it piece by piece, not really eating much. And he keeps looking toward the front door, like back toward the entranceway, as if he's expecting somebody.
Well, Diego's going to walk up to him and say, "Are you expecting someone?"
Yes, my friend was supposed to arrive here days ago, but he's yet to arrive.
Who is your friend?
His name is Echtmore Draven.
I think I have some bad news.
Do you know where he is?
Well, we did run into him.
Where? Tell me, please. I've been worried out of my mind.
Unfortunately, your friend passed away.
He what?
He passed away. Unfortunately, there was maybe a werewolf attack.
But I don't know. He was a well-versed hunter. He would know how to handle himself with a werewolf.
Well, I don't know what happened, but we just came across his remains.
So, guys, I believe you're mistaken with that. We saw him in the lair of that beast, and Xo'bere pulls out the invitation of Etchmore's and slides it to his friend, to Silas, and he says, I am sorry, but it is true.
This is his invitation. Please tell me, where can his remains be found?
We slayed the beast. We slayed the beast. We slayed this weaver worm, and unfortunately he came upon her, I guess, by himself, and he was not so lucky. It is just not too far out of town.
I see.
And so Xo'bere's going to kind of relay the best directions that he can give to where it was.
I see. Thank you for this information. If you'll excuse me, I think I just need to go lie down for a while. If you do need anything throughout your stay, please just let me know. And he exits the dining hall and makes his way upstairs.
Well, who's next?
Who else can we make cry?
Okay. Also sitting on the opposite side of the table, but down a little bit, Duristan points out another gentleman he's a young, slender guy who looks almost elf-like. He says, you might want to watch out for that one. That's Corvin Turgsvor. He's a poet.
Corvin Turgs?
Turgsvor. All I know is he's got a sharp wit, and he's been quick to sleep with married women. We'll just say that.
He's definitely a bard.
After seeing The Witcher, yes.
And Corvin can kind of hear you guys talking about him. Is like, oh, have you got something to say, Duristan? Well, no, I was just telling the group here to keep an eye out for you and your quick wit. We'll just leave it at that. This group doesn't look much like they belong here. Where is it you come from?
Oh, me, I come from all over.
Unemployed, got it. Okay. And what about the other four?
Well, actually, my vocation, if anything, would be prince.
Prince of what?
But your prince of your mother. It is a tribe of Asimaths.
Ask something. Okay.
Yeah, no, Asimaths. They're like celestial beings.
If you say so.
Oh, I did say so. That came. Yeah, no, the celestial beings. Are you part elf?
Not that I know of, but what would it matter if I was?
I was just wondering. You seem very elvish to me.
So you're saying I look young and beautiful?
Oh, not that part. That's why I said half elf.
Bitch.
Oh, that was very witty. Good on you.
Question is, does he have the young part or the beauty part? I don't know.
Oh, you brought a house cat with you too. How lovely.
The claws are fun.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure I've got a ball of yarn for you to play with somewhere.
Did you get it from one of your married mistresses?
Perhaps I did.
Perhaps you should give it back. She might need it. Knit you something nice. Oh, they're that old.
And who let a demon in here?
I don't know what to say to this guy. I just stare at him because my charisma is terrible. So I just stare him down.
Just like I thought. No wit whatsoever.
He's a guest, though, just like everyone at this table. How are you invited again? Does your mother work in the brothel?
No.
So not a hooker witch.
Look, I just so happened to be placed here permanently by my father.
Ah, so you're stuck here. Grounded?
He just thought that he was jealous that I could bed the wives of all the married people in town, and he couldn't.
Oh, was he trying to? Because I guess, if you inherited that trait from him.
Look, all I know is I found this wealthy woman at one of my father's parties, and I just happened to take her up to my father's bedroom, and I slept with her there. And then he happened to walk in, and blah blah blah. He exiled me here.
So Josie Grossi, you bedded a woman in your father's bed?
Xo'bere elbows Kabal. He's like, he is probably his father's wife.
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, that's your mama.
Ew. Oh, they don't have Oedipus on this plane, do they? So what is your role here? Are you part of the help? Do you?
No, I am not part of the help.
You're just banned from leaving the grounds by your father?
Let's just say I'm a more permanent guest.
That's what I just said. You're not allowed to leave the grounds.
I could leave
because
whenever
Daddy
I
said
want to.
No. Then do it.
No.
Bye.
But
Bye.
they have absinthe here.
Anyway, Billy Madison, who's next?
Back to school.
Peeing in your pants is cool.
Consider me Miles Davis.
So Duristan will point over to the last couple of guests here at the breakfast table and says, "That woman over there, she's the Marquisa Wellgory. She's married to an older gentleman, and apparently he came down with a bad case of gout, so she is here unsupervised this weekend."
Is she sitting next to Corvin?
She's sitting more toward like the head of the table, so a little ways down from her, from you guys.
Should we introduce them?
Well, we don't know if she deserves
Hell
that
no,
yet.
this guy's been an asshole.
She does, though, have a younger, military-looking gentleman
Oh, so she's not unescorted.
sitting by her side. A very handsome young huntsman that Duristan mentions is named Ostavak.
You got to spell that.
Ostovach.
We should all start guessing on the spellings of these.
These are some fun names, I'll tell you that. Yes, and if you ask me, I think those two just came here to have some time alone together.
It would seem that is true for a lot of the guests. At least the one Corvin, Wellgree. There's a whorehouse over there.
Oh, yes, indeed. Shall we finish up breakfast and I'll show you to the watchtower?
Is that everybody at the
That's
table?
everybody at the table.
So we've met everyone at breakfast.
You've met everyone at breakfast.
I'm gonna ask Duristan. So Duristan,
Yes.
can you show us the rest of this place? It seems quite expansive.
Oh, absolutely. Would you want the interior tour or the exterior tour first?
I would love the exterior tour. Do you think Estevan can join us?
Estovian?
Estovian. Why not call him Esteban? Just because it's Spanish.
I don't know. I could always ask him. If you find Bellic running around here somewhere, he'd be able to get him for you. I'm sure Estovian would be happy to arrange for anything. I mean,
not that you can't give us a wonderful tour. I'm sure that you've been here a lot, but he's the inn. What was it? Innkeeper.
he's the lodge warden.
He's the lodge warden. So
Yes, but he is quite busy, so even if he was able to get away, he would probably send his porter to help you with your tour.
that's fair. Well, we don't need to bother the porter.
No, and Astovian does spend quite a bit of time up in that special library of his, which, by the way, almost everything in the lodge is free range for everybody, but for that one, you do need special requests to get inside.
Oh. So we can go anywhere except there.
Anywhere there at any time you want, but his private library, he does allow people in, but he wants to escort people in there himself.
Fair enough. That's his private quarters.
Precisely.
Kabal looks at Xo'bere and rolls his eyes and give him a little nudge, like, mm-hmm.
Xo'bere's like,
So you said you wanted to see the outside. Is that correct?
Yes, it's time we got stretched our legs. It'd be great.
Very good, very good.
So is this where we split the party? Does Kabal and Xo'bere have a headache? Or do we all take the tour? I think that we should go through legal channels first and then crime.
Yeah, maybe scope it out first, yeah, and see if there's anything that we need additional information on.
Okay.
So the tour it is then?
yeah, I think so.
Tour de France. Got it.
No, toward the grounds.
Tour de grounds. Okay. So he starts leading you toward the front door, and you make it onto this stone patio, and he says, well, you've got this little courtyard here with this lovely fountain here in the middle. And you also have the hedge maze. I always want to say hedge mage for some reason, but hedge maze.
Is there a wizard in that bush?
See, that might be why I'm always trying to say hedge mage instead of hedge maze.
The hedge witches.
It might be easier if they made it out of corn, then I would know how to say hedge maze.
Corn, I get it.
Hedge maze.
Hedges made of maize. So it's a hedge maze.
Are you coming with me on this journey?
It's funny if I explain it.
Most jokes are, yeah.
This may take a while.
So we go into the hedge maze and find the hedge mage. Wait, the head mage or the hedge mage?
Hedge mage.
The hedge mage.
The head mage, hedge mage.
Say that 5 times fast.
I couldn't say it slow time once. Wait, that didn't even make sense.
1 time slow.
There you go.
All right. So he continues on with the tour, and he leads you. Well, shall we go north or south? Or straight ahead?
Let's just press forward, straight ahead.
Straight ahead it is. So you get to this little fork in the pathway where you've got a lodge here on one side, and it looks like the stables on the other side. Over here to the left, that is the stables. There you can find where the horses would be, obviously. The stable master's name there is Kien Staymore, and she lives in a loft above the stables.
It's interesting.
Kien Staymore? Who's gonna stay more?
Yes.
Dude, if her place is above the stables, that's gotta just smell disgusting. Ew. She nasty.
She related to John Staymore from the Full House.
It's a close relation because she stay more and he stay most.
Who just stay?
Stay less.
My dogs.
So yeah, he points that out to the left, over to the right. Now over here to the right. Now this is my buddy Delgros's. This is his cottage. Shall we go drop in and say hi to him?
Sure, let's say hi.
Hello.
Perfect. And he goes over and knocks on the door. Delgros answers. I see you brought your friends. Well, come on in.
Good morning, my dear fellow. How are you doing?
Doing all right. How about you?
Great.
Good. Can I offer you some coffee or tea?
Tea would be perfect.
Tea.
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay. I'll get some tea going. What can I do for you, gentlemen?
We're taking a tour of the grounds.
Interesting. See, most people here don't tend to make their way over to the cottage, so it is nice to get some company.
Well, none of us are marquises or marquesas or margraves. We're just simple folk.
Sometimes that's better, I do believe. Who needs all those M-named titles?
Not me.
So, if you're doing a tour of the grounds, I suppose I should properly introduce myself. You do know that I am Delgross. I'm the huntsmaster here at the cottage. I take care of the beasts that we keep here, that we release for hunts.
Wait. So, you release beasts for hunts?
Yes, this is a hunting lodge.
Well, I assumed that a hunting lodge meant that you gathered and then went hunting, and whatever nature provided, you harvested. I didn't know that you were stacking the deck.
I don't know. We do have things that we do release that we can hunt. Various people come here to the lodge of various levels of wealth, and sometimes they want us to hunt certain things that may not naturally live here in the woods.
I see.
Have the werewolves impacted your hunting?
I will say that currently that the werewolves are a bit more active than they have been, but to my knowledge, none of them have ever attacked the lodge itself.
What do you think has them so riled up lately?
That I could not tell you. I know a bit about the wolves, but I don't know. I really don't know much about their hierarchy, I guess. Duristan here seems to know quite a bit about it, but I don't.
Well, he is the expert.
Expert at leading us into traps.
Is he with us? Because that's rude.
That's true, you're right.
Just a little.
He is definitely there. So, the types of things that we tend to release to hunt, I believe our current collection includes, we've got a grizzly bear down there, we've got a juvenile dire boar, got a dire wolverine, I got an elderly and quite arthritic dire wolf, and a giant tarantula, 4 large wolves, and a lobotomized etacap with its web glands removed.
That's the saddest menagerie I've ever heard.
I guess you don't want to make it too difficult.
I feel like most of these people that come here to hunt aren't necessarily well versed in the art of hunting.
No, I don't suppose they are, but they have to make that kill, I guess.
It's what makes them happy.
Yes, and their happiness
Keeps them coming back here
is the bottom.
and keeps me employed.
Yes, no, I was going to say is the bottom line. Well, Renly is sickened by that. He just does not. He's not like anti-hunting, but he is. That just seems gross.
Schädeler's the same way. He didn't have anything against hunting either, but he is not loving the handicapping of the animals, essentially.
This is a spider. We broke its kneecaps.
Oh no, the giant tarantula is completely intact. The etacap is the one that we did.
Yes, well,
alter.
I don't. Well, I mean, none of this was out loud. He knows enough not to criticize unless he's being criticized. You know what I mean?
Does he?
Or unless there's 100 wolves around us.
Yeah.
Yes. Unless he's trying to be a big man. Right now, he's on reconnaissance mode. So, do you ever go hunting yourself? Not these creatures, but real hunting?
Oh yes, I do enjoy hunting quite a bit, and I've gone on quite a few of Duriston's werewolf hunts, where we rarely find any werewolves themselves.
We stumbled upon some werewolves last night. Is it?
Wait, so
I'm gonna lean in.
it wasn't.
And whisper. Are you trying to keep him away from the werewolves, or do you really not know of the forest that is infested with them?
Oh no, I know that the wolves are around. I don't think that we need to waste our time hunting werewolves when they can easily find us.
I don't disagree.
I do enjoy a good hunt, but a werewolf is a far better hunter than I could ever be.
I'm going to lean back out and say, so what do you normally hunt for?
I like hunting for stags or for bears, boars. A lot of the meat that we provide here at the cabin, I do find myself.
Oh, impressive. I'm going to look around. Do I see any trophies?
No, he doesn't really display a lot of trophies around here.
Okay.
By the way, has Duriston tried to convince you to go out on more werewolf hunts?
I don't know how many times I've said this. He's standing right there. Did you forget?
No, I knew.
Oh, so okay.
They have this kind of banter back and forth anyway.
Fair enough. Not since last night, but I'm sure that the request is pending.
I see. And he goes back into a cabinet for a second and pulls out 2 vials and says, "Here, take these, just in case he convinces you to go on one of these hunts, and you say you've seen werewolves now yourselves, so, here, take these 2 vials of silver sheen."
You would join us on a hunt?
Maybe, maybe not. I'll have to decide. Depends on what my work looks like for the day.
What would keep you away? I can't say it now.
Preclude.
Thank you. Preclude.
Well, it just depends on what work I have to do for the rest of the evening, taking care of the other animals, if there are any other hunts that are planned.
I see. Do you know any of the werewolf tribes that inhabit the woods?
Oh, yes. I know of all 5 of the tribes.
But you've never seen them?
Oh,
Except for
I've seen them. I've just never dealt with them as far as attacking.
Ah.
I know to keep my distance.
Well, I mean, yes. Smart man. Do you know any of them personally? Do you know their human counterparts?
No, that I do not know.
Does anyone have any actual pacts or dealings with them?
Nobody here at the lodge would really have any dealings with them. Estovian might have made some sort of deal with them, considering that they don't come close to the lodge. But other than that, I don't know.
Is there a village or city or town nearby?
The nearest location would be outside the Shudderwood.
How far is that?
Several miles.
Okay, so it's not 10 miles down the road. It's more like 40 miles
40,
away.
yeah.
I was just saying if there was a town that we could interrogate the townsfolk and see how they deal with werewolves. So the huntsman doesn't have a relationship that we know of wolves, with the wolves.
Correct.
I just thought it was weird that when he left, they all showed up.
He just thought it was a wild goose chase. Didn't think there would actually be wolves that would show up that night.
Oh, I got you. And he kind of scooted past him without a scratch.
The surrounding wolves, yeah, he got through the perimeter.
He made it out before anyone was setting up the camps and setting up watches and traps and stuff like that along the outside.
So do we take our tea and leave, or what?
Yeah, I think so. What about you guys?
I don't think he has much information for us here.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to give us much.
Okay. So thank you for your time. But I think we're going to continue our tour of your lovely grounds.
Absolutely. Feel free to come back at any time.
So where do we go next?
Okay. Next up, you go back outside, and Duristan says, "Want to see the watchtower?"
I thought you'd never ask.
Oh, we can meet that witch that gave you your award.
Yes, she would be there.
I am most curious to hear about this.
Excellent. So he leads you north of the Huntsmaster's cottage and leads you to a watchtower that is separate from the grounds here. This watchtower has 4 floors. It's got an unfinished ground floor that is kind of like a storeroom and workshop, but the upper floors have been leased by Madame Evanja.
If they hear that bell, do they have to get there double quick?
Yes. Duristan takes you upstairs, and you find rooms that are lavishly decorated with plush couches, feather beds, and silk sheets, velvet curtains. There's liquor and other exotic accoutrements that would be found in a high-class brothel. There is only one very beautiful young woman who's currently there, and she walks up and says, "Oh, hello. Have you come for relaxation?"
Oh, we're getting a tour of the grounds. It's a very lovely tower you have.
Why, thank you. I just work here. Madame Evanja is the one who has arranged this whole place for us.
Madame Evanja. And you are?
I am Niyama.
Niyama. That's such a pretty name.
Thank you.
So where are you from, madam?
Oh, I am from Courtauld.
So, how long have you been at the lodge?
I have worked here for several years. I can't recall how long it has been.
Do how many young ladies work with you?
There are quite a few. Some work here for long times, and some here just come and go as they please.
So, Niyama, I hear that there is a witch that works here?
Oh, you mean my special services?
Oh, you are the witch.
Oh, I've learned a few things from Madame Evanja.
Oh, so Madame Evanja is the witch?
She's...
Are you her apprentice?
Madame Evanja's not a witch, per se. She's more of a spiritualist.
Ah. Can I tell you a secret?
Sure.
I'm part witch.
Ooh, telling secrets at 250 gold pieces, please.
What?
Keeping secrets
First
is one
of
of my
all-
services that I offer.
Oh, I don't care who you tell. I was just trying to make conversation. Watch. Hey everybody, I'm a witch. See, I don't
But
care.
are you a hooker witch?
That's TBD.
So, yes.
I mean, everyone's got their price. So, now, do we know who gave him the scar?
The one that gave him the scar is not currently here, but it sounds like Niyama would be able to do the same service.
As Diego. And Diego was so this charm or scar that you give for preventing werewolf attacks, does that actually work?
Do you want it to?
I will. Well, if it works, yes.
Is that the what's your name? What do you want it to be? Response.
Do you want it to?
Yeah.
And I'm going to do sense motive on her to see if she's being honest about that.
Okay.
13.
13. Even with that low of a roll, you can tell it's total bullshit.
Good, that's what I thought.
So what's your patron?
Wait, so what does Diego say upon knowing or figuring out that it's not a...
Does he blow her cover or?
Yeah, do you keep the secret? Or...
Diego would never blow her cover, but he will let everyone know slyly that this stuff is bullshit.
All right, so he makes the jack off motion.
About the time that you're figuring out that it's, total bullshit, that the whole scar thing is not real, and you pretty much assume that Duristan scar is not really a ward, just some lady scarred him. Madam, or who you assume would be Madam Avanja, makes her way into the room. And she's very beautiful. She looks a lot like you would imagine like a gypsy. She makes her way into the room. Says,
Did you really just make a cat call?
the cat making the cat call. Now, Liama, I don't think we need to be pestering our guests if they're not here for our special services.
Oh, no, he said we're not here for your special services.
You seem different than most of the others. I think I've foreseen your coming.
Was it from the services?
I knew y'all were going to go there as soon as I said that.
Well, why'd you say it?
Perhaps, instead of the usual services, I can interest you in a reading. And she holds up a deck of hero cards that look just like the ones that you usually get from Pharasma.
This could be fun.
Are you really a witch?
I am not a witch. I am what you might call connected to the spirit realm.
So, a witch? Do you have a patron?
No. So shall we go for the choosing?
The choosing? I thought you were giving us a reading.
It's a type of reading.
I always welcome being read.
Very good. Right this way. She leads you to a small table, but there are 5 chairs sitting on one side and 1 chair on the other, as if it was perfectly set out for you. And she sits down, she takes the Harrow deck out, and she pulls 9 cards out of a specific suit, and then spreads them across the table. Each of you should choose 1. So I need each of you to roll a d8.
Yay!
Okay. And what are those numbers?
Diego gets a 4.
4 for Diego.
Kabal rolled a 5.
Cabal gets a 5.
Renly rolled an 8 and Dwarfy rolled a 3.
8 for Renly. 3 for Dwarfy.
Xo'bere got a nat 20.
On a d8.
Well, that's
Sorry,
the wrong guy.
Yeah, just kidding. 7.
7. All right. So no duplicate numbers. And we will find out what those cards do next week.
Jesus.
Oh. Shh, man, suspense.
Decided to have my sex reading.
Hooker witch. Hooker witch. Hooker witch is hooker witch. Hooker witch.